Welcome back to Maximum Apocalypse. We're beginning Mission 2. The end of the last mission, last episode, it was finding samples. Alright. And yes, I should mention that you can set these maps up any way you want. I made this one really brutal. I put the A as far away from us as possible. That might be a bad idea. But anyway, we're into Mission 2, collect samples. The scientist says he needs samples to find a cure. Looks like you're going to have to get out there and kill some zombies. So the mission's set up. They show you this, but you can make the map any way you feel like. Set aside the boss cards and shuffle the remaining zombie cards to create a zombie deck. Did it. Place a star token at least 3 tiles away from the van. That one is 8 tiles away from the van. That might be our undoing, but we're ramping up the difficulty. Alright, our mission objectives here. Collect and deliver 1 fuel back to the van. So, there we go. And now we have to kill or destroy 2 zombie walkers, 2 zombie spitters, 2 zombie dogs, and 2 zombie soldiers. Confront and destroy the zombie queen, which is way over in the far corner, and return all players safely to the van when all other objectives have been completed. Wow. Just wow. Okay. And since we're going on a hunt for zombie carcasses and samples, what better character to use than the hunter? So we're going to be using the hunter. We got a little female miniature here. And so yes, we will be using our hunter character. 24 health, 9 sneak, super sneaky, and I like the action here. Reveal 2 adjacent map tiles without triggering their effects. And yes, adjacent in this game is supposed to mean orthogonally adjacent, but in the last mission I did a surrounding even diagonal for adjacency. Everything's orthogonally adjacent in here. Alright, let's get set up with our hunter. Only 24 health. That could also be an issue. And to start off, we're going to be drawing 4 cards. And no, I am not grabbing 1 enemy to the start of the mission. I know you're supposed to. I just like starting it off with no enemies. I know, you're not supposed to, but that's how I've been playing it, mistakenly, because I didn't see it in the Learn to Play rule book to start with. And so we're just going to continue that way of doing things right here. Alright, let's go get the hunter set up. And by setting the hunter up, I mean she has a deck of 30 cards. Whoops, as I'm throwing cards on the table already. So we'll give this a good shuffle, and then we are going to be starting off with our hand of 4 cards. And yes, we can have a total of 10 of these cards and an unlimited number of scavenge cards in our hand at any one time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, let's see what our hunter has. And I set another card holder over there for all of our deceased zombies. Hunger Diet 1, we've seen that before. Oh, and her special recon ability, which is so cool. 2 adjacent. Yeah, I like that. That's going to help us out a lot in finding these zombies to hunt down. Alright, what does she have? She has a machete. Alright, she's already starting off with a hack and slash weapon. Deal 3 damage to a target. 3. Okay, it's not 4 like the fireman's axe. Cover of Night. Draw 3 cards from any scavenge deck and discard 1 of them. Oh, I like it. We're going to be getting lots of food maybe to start with. Camouflage. Action. Discard a monster. Cannot be used on bosses in front of you and replace it with a monster token. Take 3 damage. Ooh. I don't know if I like that one. We want to beat up monsters. And we end up getting a backpack. Okay, she's got a backpack. You know what? I think this is a pretty good start. We've got a machete. We've got this for getting some food. This I don't really care for, but we won't worry about it, and a backpack. Alright, that's our starting hand. I like it. Well, let's just begin. We know how the game works, so let's get to it. First thing we do is we're going to be rolling dice to see if we're spawning any zombies. And of course, the only location is a 6 here at the van, so let's not roll a 6, or let's roll a 6. Yes, because we actually get a monster showing up, and we have to hunt down monsters. Alright, so right off the bat, right at the van, so I guess we're in a good area for monsters, so this is good, because we need to take them out. Alright, and the first monster we get is a zombie soldier. Shows up right here at our van. Okay, we're going to be knocking them off quick. So that's the first thing we do, and then of course we draw a card. So from our deck of cards, we draw a card and we get Resourceful. Select any gear from a discard pile and put it directly into play. Directly into play. Okay, so we do some searching and we find some gear. Okay, there we go. So we have a zombie soldier that we got out of the van. We're starting our hunting trip and he's right in our face already. 8 health, does 4 damage. We have 4 actions. So let's begin, I think, with getting ourselves equipped. Alright, so for our very first action, we are going to equip our machete. Just like that. It's 1 action. We have 3 actions remaining. I mean, we can just hit this guy 3 times with the machete, doing a total of 9 damage. He has 4. You know what? I think we're just going to do that. I think we are just going to go ahead and do that. So our other 3 actions are we're just going to hack away at the zombie soldier. 1, 2, 3 hits, do his 9 damage. Boom! We have our first zombie soldier. We need 2 of these, 2 samples. Alright, and I guess the scientist is with us. He's collecting samples as we're hacking down the enemies. Alright, very quickly, that was 4 actions. And yes, the next thing is increasing our hunger to 2. And then we would take damage from enemies. We don't have any. Alright, on we go to the next turn. Alright, 1 more turn here. So, what do we get for spawning? We get an 8. So we didn't get lucky and get another enemy in our spot. I shouldn't say it. We won't really want a lot of enemies in our spot, but that was a quick way to get a zombie soldier. So that's 1 of our samples down. Alright, that was rolling the dice. We didn't get any spawn. We only have a 6, and we are going to be drawing a card, and we get Headshot. What is this here? Long range, which becomes a medium range, doing half damage. Alright, deal 6 damage to a target if you have a bow or crossbow equipped. We do not have a bow or a crossbow equipped, so there's that. Alright, we have 4 actions that we can now perform. Well, we have a long way to get up here to the zombie queen, so we're eventually going to have to get there before we starve to death. And so we are going to use our hunter action immediately. Reveal 2 adjacent map tiles without triggering their effects. Which maybe is bad, because if we move into something, get a free scavenge. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this one as adjacent. We're going to do the 2. See where we're possibly walking into. So a gas station. Darn it! Free scavenge, we don't get, but that's okay. And the other one, and we don't do the effects, so is a bandit camp. Well, we're not going to go to the bandit camp, forget that, as we enter. So at least we know there's a bandit camp to the south. It's a gas station to the north. That was 1 action. We have 3 actions remaining. I think we are going to... we're going to go ahead and use this Cover of Night. Draw 3 cards from any scavenge deck and discard 1 of them. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to take the green deck because it's got the most food. We'll give it a shuffle. And yes, these are pre-made decks. I think in the very first version of this game you had to create your decks. In this one they are all pre-made, which is actually kind of nice. It's very quick for setup. 1, 2, 3, and we have to discard 1 of them, which means we get to keep 2 of them. So that is a really powerful ability. This is our second action. We have food, why 1. We have an ambush. Oh, hang on. Draw a monster card, then discard this card, and food. I kind of want to just keep the 2 foods and discard the ambush, but we need enemies, or we're probably going to run into, you know what, we're going to run into a lot of enemies, aren't we, during this mission. So we're going to keep the 2 food. So decrease 1 by 2 and 1 by 1. So we'll hang on to that. That's going to be a good stuff to have. That was our second action, using our Cover of Night. So we have 2 more actions. So for our next action, we're just going to move to the gas station, because we know what it is. And for our final action, we will do a search in the red deck, which is right here, because we do need fuel for the van eventually. And yeah, so we're going to see if we can find some. Alright, and we find gas right away. And yes, the gas is immediately equip as a free action. So right off the bat, we got our machete, chop down a soldier, and now we've got gas just like that. And that's going to be our 4 actions. So yeah, it's time now to get hungry. All right, hunger die from 2 to 3. But we do have a lot of, well, not a lot. We have some food. It's not a lot of food. All right, that's it. We don't have enemies in front of us. Not going to do us any damage. Back we go now to the next turn. Oh boy, yeah, we have a long way to get to that queen, so we're going to have to be thinking about that. All right, 2 dice. We're going to see if we spawn any zombie enemies. We get an 8. Do we have an 8 anywhere? I don't think so. We've got a 9, a 6, and a 3. No 8s, no spawning of enemies. All right, in our hand, we've got a bunch of food. We got 4 of our cards. We draw a card, and we also got to be cognizant of our draw deck too, because if that runs out, we lose. We have a bear trap. We can equip that. Discard, deal 5 damage to a target. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, and then this one, select any gear from a discard pile and put it back into play. We can just keep using our bear trap. Well, we are hunting for zombies to get samples. Cool. That's our drawing. Now we got 4 actions. So yeah, right off the bat, we're going to start with the recon action. Reveal 2 adjacent tiles, orthogonally adjacent tiles. Let's get to it. All right, our 2 tiles that we are going to be looking for is this one. Tile number 1 is going to be at a gas station. Okay, we don't really need to go there. We've already got our gas. So there's a gas station, and the other orthogonally adjacent one is this. Draw a monster. We don't do this. City street. Oh, when you enter, draw a monster. Well, you know what? We need to hunt down monsters, so that might not be a bad option. That was our first action, seeing which of these. So for our second action, I think we're just going to move in here. That's our second action. Oops, draw a monster. Okay, we have to draw a monster, and we draw a spitter. Oh, this is actually really good. All right, we have 2 actions remaining. Let's see what we want to do. And with our 2 remaining actions, we have a machete. And so the machete does 3 damage to a target. We're going to do that twice because we have 6 health on the spitter. Chop, chop. The spitter is taken out. We need spitters. So that's another sample collected. And let's see here. What did we need? We needed 2 zombie walkers, 2 spitters, 2 zombie dogs, 2 zombie soldiers. So far, we have a zombie soldier. We have a zombie spitter. We just need walkers and dogs. All right, that was all of our actions. Yep, our hunger is going to go to 4. Already the hunger creeping up. And we have no monsters in front of us. We take no damage. You know what? I think we have time for 1 more turn. Yeah, 1 more turn. All right, and we have dice on an 8. Do we have any 8s? Do we have any 8s? We have a 4, a 9, a 6, a 6, and a 3. No 8s. That means no creatures are going to appear. I mean, we can go back and forth and enter that space again. And now we draw a card. We might have to eat some food this time. We draw one of our cards, and we draw Survival Instincts. Reduce all players' hunger by 1. Okay. That works. And now we have 4 actions, so let's get to it. I really like her recon ability. So for our first action, we're going to look at this tile, and we're going to look at this tile. And so reconning this one, a free scavenge. Ooh, we might want to go up that way. And this tile here is a shelter. All right, not bad. That was our first action. Our second action will be to move to the farm. Our third action is going to be searching at the farm. Come on, food. We find more fuel. Well, we'll equip it immediately. We can carry 6 weight of items. We're up to 3. And we have 1 action remaining. And for our final, action, let's go ahead and use survival instinct. Reduce all players' hunger by 1. So we're going to use that card and reduce our hunger by 1. All right, we're reducing our hunger by 1 down to 3, which takes us right into the next phase. Increase your hunger. So we ate a bit of fish, we did a bit of exploring out on the farmland, and we're getting a little hungry, so we're going back to 4. All right, and we have no enemies in front of us, and I think we're going to end it off there for today. Alright, well, that's going to wrap up our episode for today with The Hunter. We are out looking for zombies on purpose so that we can slay them, or destroy them, I guess, and collect samples. So far we have a zombie soldier, we have one zombie spitter, and I was taking a look at this camouflage card. This is actually not bad. It gives us a little bit of damage, but if we get something really horrible that we don't want, we can discard it and put down another token, and then we take 3 damage. But that might be a way for us to weed through the monster deck a little bit to get to the monsters we want, the zombies we want. Anyway, thanks so much for watching along. I really appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. Hope you're enjoying this. This is Maximum Apocalypse. I'm going right through the zombie campaign. There's 3 missions. This is the second one. We've swapped it up now. We're using the Hunter. Seemed like the best option to hunt zombies. Of course, she's the hunter. And away we go. We have to get over here to the zombie queen, which is probably a tough character to try to take down. We'll find out when we get there. So thanks so much, and hope to see you tomorrow for the continuation Maximum Apocalypse. This is Mission 2 of the Zombie Apocalypse campaign called Collect Samples. Hope to see you tomorrow.